Welcome to our channel. I am Pam, and I will try to take you around the world. Today we have this goal, to visit Berlin in one day. The Brandenburg Gate is one of the most iconic symbols of German history. It was built in 1791 as part of a series of neoclassical buildings designed by Karl Gotthard Langhans to celebrate Prussia. The gate has been a symbol of unity and peace among the German nations, and also a symbol of freedom and hope. Alexanderplatz is a large square located in the center of Berlin. It is one of the most famous places in the city, known for its history, its vibrant nightlife, and its wealth of stores, restaurants, bars, and clubs. Alexanderplatz was built in the 18th century as a large market square. Over the centuries, it became an important commercial and cultural center, and one of the most important places in the city, known as the heart of East Berlin. Today, Alexanderplatz is one of Berlin's main tourist attractions. The square is surrounded by some of the city's largest buildings, including the Berlin Television Tower, the Palace of Culture and Science, and Alexanderplatz Station. The square is also home to numerous stores, restaurants, bars, and nightclubs. Alexanderplatz is also an important cultural center. Every year, the square hosts numerous events, including festivals, concerts, exhibitions, and performances. The square is also a meeting place for Berliners, who gather here to discuss politics, art, and culture. The television tower is known to locals as the Fernsehturm and is immediately recognizable even in the distance. It dominates the Berlin skyline at 368 meters and is located near Alexanderplatz. It was built in the 1960s, and from its observation deck it offers a 360-degree view of the entire city. There is also a restaurant at the summit where you can stop for either a full dinner or just a snack. The Berlin Wall is a testament to the city's history. It was a symbol of division and oppression during the Cold War. It was built in 1961 to separate East and West Germany, and has been a physical and symbolic barrier between the two nations. The wall was torn down in 1989, marking the end of the Cold War and the beginning of a new era of peace and unity between the two nations. The Pergamon Museum houses some of the largest collections of ancient art. It is located on Museum Island in the western part of the city. The museum is famous for its collections of Greek, Roman, and Babylonian antiquities, including the famous Ishtar Gate, a Babylonian gate from 600 BC. The museum also houses a collection of Islamic art, ancient art from Asia Minor, and art from ancient Greece. Checkpoint Charlie. It was built in 1961 to control the passage between the western part of the city, controlled by NATO forces, and the eastern part, controlled by the Soviet Union. Today, the checkpoint has been turned into a museum commemorating the history of the Cold War. The Reichstag is the seat of the German parliament. It was built in 1894. In 1933, the Reichstag was burned down and became a symbol of the fall of the Weimar Republic. After German reunification, the Reichstag was renovated and reopened in 1999. The East Side Gallery is one of the largest public art galleries in the world. It is a section of a Berlin Wall, which has been transformed into an open-air art gallery. It is located along the Spree River in East Berlin and is one of the largest art galleries in the world. The gallery opened in 1990 and consists of more than 100 wall paintings by artists from around the world. The Topography of Terror is a museum that documents a very dark period in German history. The Topography of Terror was a series of buildings, which were constructed by the Nazis to house their repression and terror activities. These buildings included the Gestapo, the SS, the state police, the special court, and the court of justice. The topography of terror was one of the greatest tragedies in history, and Potsdamer Platz is a place that still reminds us of this dark period in history. Museum Island houses the city's largest museums. It is located in the eastern part of the city, on the Spree River. There we find, in addition to the Pergamoni, the Museum of Natural History, the Museum of Art History, the Museum of the History of Science and Technology, the Museum of the History of Music, the Museum of the History of Photography, and the Holocaust Museum. The Holocaust Memorial is one of the most important Holocaust memorials in the world. It is a museum dedicated to the memory of the Holocaust and the history of the Holocaust. The museum was founded in 2005. It houses a collection of objects, documents, photographs, and films documenting the history of the Holocaust. It also offers a range of educational and research programs, as well as a series of temporary exhibitions. The tiny Nikolai district is considered the heart of the old city. It is here that some of Berlin's oldest attractions, such as St. Nicholas Church, are located. The neighborhood, which is almost entirely pedestrian-friendly, has become a very welcoming place to explore by walking through its streets, filled with stores and cafes. The Church of St. Nicholas was built in 1747 and was dedicated to St. Nicholas, the patron saint of sailors. Is one of the oldest religious buildings in Berlin. Was built in the Baroque style and has a red brick facade with a spired bell tower. Inside the church are some interesting works of art, including a statue of St. Nicholas, a statue of St. George, and a statue of St. Peter. The church is also famous for its large organ, which was built in 1750. Tiergarten Park is a great place for walking, jogging, or just relaxing. It also has a variety of wild animals, such as deer, wolves, and foxes. The Berlin Zoological Garden is one of the largest in the world. The Konzerthaus, built in 1821, is by far one of the most important theaters in Berlin. The Berliner Dom is the Cathedral of Berlin. It is a Baroque-style church and is the largest in the city. In the crypt are the remains of Friedrich I. The Französischer Dom is a large cathedral, built in 1705 to house the community of Berlin's Huguenots, who fled to the city after the Edict of Fontainebleau. Destroyed during World War II, it was rebuilt in the 1980s. From its 70-meter tower, there is an excellent view of the entire city. Thank you for your time, and if you enjoyed our content, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss any of our videos.